high school gets glamorized, bro. When people talk about high school, you hear people talk about parties and all their friends and all these things. I didn't have any of that. I had like 4 friends, bro. I loved them friends to death. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like when we would have parties, it would be us. I didn't get any of the like, oh, let's go to a house. I didn't get invited to any of that stuff. So when you see all the cool things, like, bro, even when I started rapping, we didn't rap at school. Like I tell people I rap at school and they didn't believe me. I started rapping in the church parking lot because those were the people that rap with me. Did have a little creep to it.
Do you think your father was smashing my mother?
I don't know, man. I don't know. That's crazy, man. You know, to be honest, he kept his like love life extremely quiet. While we lived with him, he never brought a woman to the house. Never. Like I would only hear like externally about things that he would do. Just be like, oh, I know your daddy. But I would never see anything. And I asked him about it. Like I'm talking about my whole adult life. Mm-hmm. He never, after he broke up with my mom and they got a divorce, he never had a woman in his life that I ever saw.
You remember who my mother is?
Mm-mm.
Okay. She's you'll have to see a picture of her, but they was real close. Gina Rowe.
I do know Gina. Actually, yeah. Hold up. Craig?
Who?
Gina, no Craig? Or is this a different Gina? I know quite a few Ginas that my dad knew. I guess I need to go ahead and lead with that.
Gina Rowe.
Where did she work at? Did she work at with him? Did she work with him?
I don't remember. I don't know how they met.
Okay.
You know,
because he was really close with a Gina that worked with him at ADT.
She may have worked there. She worked at one of those
call center Jones.
One of those acronyms. I don't know what it was. But she never told us I met, but she always said they was real close friends.
Where is she from?
What do you mean?
Is she from here?
Yeah, from here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not the same Gina.
So he had a thing for Gina's.
Hey man. He had a Gina that he was close to that was from Philly.
Huh?
He had a Gina that was connected to Philly.
Well, Mama, don't get in your feelings now because you told me that was your homeboy at all times.
You just gotta know. You just gotta know. Hey, just let me know. Hey, what happened, man? What happened, Pops? Hey, man.
So I want to frame this about we can use number combinations to frame your life. I got like 3 of them in my head.
I got you.
1 of them I'm gonna repeat.
All right.
And confine your life. Confined within that time of that number.
Okay.
1711.
Boy. Wow. So 1711 was my original unit that my dad lived in. Mm-hmm. So my dad lived there when my mom and my dad broke up. That's where he moved to. Mm-hmm. He moved to 1711 Woodland. Then something happened and we lost where we were living at and we went to go live at 1711 Woodland with him. Then I was living with my mom out in Independence somewhere. And she literally decided, hey, I'm going to move to Texas to be a missionary. You can't come. You gotta go live with your daddy. I'm 18. So I had just like enrolled in college. I was gonna go to trade school. Mm-hmm. And she says, you can't go to trade school. You have to go to a university or you have to get out. So I went to UMKC. I'm like, all right, cool. So then halfway through the year, she's like, well, you gotta get out anyway. That's where I moved back to. 1711.
Yeah.
So then it's not that I wasn't close to my dad. We were cool, but we weren't like locked in.
So the first time around, you didn't stay with your dad. You were only down there.
No, I was with my dad, but I was with my mom and my dad. We were all there for a little bit because she was waiting on to get approved to move back in the parade park or wherever we were going next. I don't remember exactly. And then we left to go live wherever we were going to go live at. So this time around, I'm a grown man and I'm living with my dad. And the last time I actually lived with my dad, I was like 10, 11, you know? So this is the first time where I'm actually like, have a man of the house, you could say. Because there was people that are in and out of my mom's life, but there never was like a male figure in my house until I moved back to live with my dad. There had been a few people that were in and out, but they were never a constant.
So what exactly was life like the first time around 1711?
Cramped. He had already had his own little situation going on, and then we coming in there with the whole family when he moved out so he could be on his own, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now we, the whole family, coming back to live in a situation that wasn't for this, patlets, it was sleeping on the floor, different things. It wasn't a long time, but it was just more of a temporary, thing until we could figure out where we're gonna go. So it wasn't that we weren't like in communication, but it was just more like, yeah, all right, nigga. All right. I know I'm in your house. I'm about to get out. So the second time around, it was just more like, I feel like you just have a different perspective for somebody when you come back and you're an adult now. I'm 18. Things are different. So, I'm like a kid. I'm not worried about any of this stuff. I'm like, I don't need a relationship with you. Man, I got my mama right here. I'm straight. Mm-hmm. And once I kind of got spurned away by my mom because she's just going to go, hey, you got to leave. It left me like with this void. And he stepped right into it. And that's his history, man. It was crazy. I never knew that the person I was missing out on, until I actually moved back in with him when I was an adult. And I'm like, you had this much game the whole time? That's crazy. Yeah. I've been living my life, man. I was a scrub. You could have had me tightened up.
Yeah. Your father was a cool dude.
He was, man.
Like one of those heavy D smooth dudes.
Bro.
Like, how the women loved heavy D. That's why I think my mama was into him.
He had what my mom always would say, he got them bedroom eyes, you know what I'm saying? He got them bedroom eyes. He just be looking at you. You just know what's up. And I'm just like, Mom, I don't want to hear nothing about Pops' eyes and you. And I don't need no details. You go ahead and leave it where it's at.
Yeah.
We straight. You got bedroom eyes, Mama. I love you. We good. Go ahead and do your thing.
So how did you and your pop start to, should I say rekindle, or was it even a rekindle?
It is a rekindling because I live with my mom, and when you have that parenting situation already tight, the only time I'm calling my dad when I need something, hey man, hey, I need this for school. Hey man, let me get this, you know what I'm saying? So once I moved back in with him, you learn all these things of the past. I didn't know my dad was like a player type person. I didn't know that. Yeah. I didn't even know what a player was.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm telling you, bro, I was square, like super like ultimate square, bro. Like just had no idea about the world. Like, so I get over there and he's just like, giving me game. And I'm like, he's telling me how to talk to girls. Like, what? That works? I ain't never had no success until I was a grown man. I like to say that I didn't find myself until I was like 25. And he would just be telling me stuff like, yeah, you got to do this. You got to do that. And I'm like, I didn't even know that that's how this worked.
Yeah.
I'm like, you could pick people up like that. And it was just more like a side of me that I didn't even have a chance to access, because your mom doesn't my mom was like, made me listen to like Backstreet Boys and like NSYNC and stuff. Yeah. She wouldn't like letting me listen to I'd have to sneak out to listen to like rap music with the homies, because it's my fault because I got my mama into church. And once I got her into church, she became a super Christian. And then it's very much like no secular music in the house. So I used to be like on LimeWire, like ruining my computers, like downloading the rap music so I could put it in my Walkman, so I could put it in my headphones because I couldn't play it out loud.
So how'd you get your mama in the church? How'd you lead your mama to the church?
Okay, so there was a place called Grace Church of the Nazarene. It's on Independence Avenue.
Okay.
Like I went to this place called Milestone, Mike Bobbitt, and I met some of the people from Grace Church, and I feel like it's like, no offense to any of my Grace Church people, but it felt like kind of like a cult. So it was really cultish. Like Nazarene churches are very different. Uh-huh. And so I feel like I got recruited by the man to go to the Nazarene church. And so once I went, I was like, oh man, this is cool. And I found out about gospel rap, right? And I was like, I can listen to this and I won't get in trouble. Okay. Man, this nigga's rapping about God? Uh-huh. Hey, what? So I'm slapping gospel rap, and I find out that there's this church called Sheffield Family Life Center. Yeah. And they had the dudes that I've been slapping was coming to concert, and it was free. So I went down there, and I was like, this is church? This lit. It was like a rap concert. Uh-huh. Everybody was just like yelling, but it was all, they were like yelling like Jesus though. Like it was like really kind of crazy because the whole audience is jumping up and down, and then they're rejoicing, and like it's like a hip hop show. But then instead of it being like, yeah, everybody's like, God, Jesus. And I was like, all right, that's new. It's new, but I like it. Uh-huh. So then I started going to Sheffield. And then
Sheffield was the spot.
She started going to Sheffield after I started going to Sheffield. And next thing you know, like, I was like into like youth stuff and like kind of like a pseudo youth leader for a while. Like I did like one little sermon or whatever, but I realized I don't want to do that. But I had like the little middle school people, like I was like mentoring them in a way, you know what I mean? And then my mom saw I was active, so then she got active. Mm-hmm. And then she just escalated a little faster than I escalated. And next thing you know, it's just very much like, yeah, no more secular music, bro. We don't do that around here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I was listening to like Now, that's what I call music volume 4.
What is
you ain't never heard of Now? That's what.
Yeah. Now I can see the font. Now, I can see the font now.
Yeah, they would be remaking all the popular songs, but it would be with no curse words. You feel me? Like, you know, like,
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, bro, it was terrible. It was terrible.
I love God, but I hate.
So my dad was like sliding me music on the side. Like I was a kid. He's like, "Hey, this is Harlem World by Mace." You know what I'm saying? He's like, you need to hear this. And when I'm a kid, man, I'm like, get this shit out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's Mace? Don't listen to Mace.
Don't listen to
go crap. I know, but look, once I became older, he gave me like All Eyes on Me. He gave me like Harlem World. Like, I mean, like some really great albums. I didn't even play them until I was like 18.
Okay.
I didn't even play them because I couldn't play them. I couldn't play them in the house. What's it going to do? Turn them up? I can't turn them up. And I was like, it's not on my MP3 player, Dad. So I didn't even get to Tupac until I was like 18, bro. Hadn't even heard, like, who's that? Damn, Tupac. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So when me thinking about you saying how you were squared off, I don't know if you remember, we went to school together. We went to Northeast together, and
you know then.
I do remember.
You know.
With the square vibes till you had the ducktail, if I can remember.
Bro,
sure. Yeah.
I was a wild boy, bro.
Because we cut our ducktails off in like
fifth
when
grade.
I was like when I was in elementary.
I had mine all through middle school, bro.
I cut my mama's pops that came in town. And he offered us 25 cents to cut off our ducktails, and we jumped right at it because 25 cents was a bomb pop back then. It was a bomb pop back then. Yeah, we jumped right at it. But I've had a few people on here that went to the same high school as we went to, and
wild times, bro.
Yeah, so when you're there, you just there enjoying the moment. You don't see nothing past the fights that's going on in school as far as being real life, but everything else is fun, or the work too, but everything else is fun, or you just going about it with your friends. You see all these different groups of friends, everybody. You don't see problems on these people though, but little do you know they're going through it. How was those times to high school for you, those years?
High school was trash, bro. School was trash. I had like 5 friends, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and we were all just like nerds, bro. We would just be like in the cut, like watching anime, and like we like made like a game, like it was like a Dragon Ball Z game, and everybody had their own character, and we like made it up, and we would go play like Yu-Gi-Oh and like cards, just be nerds in the back. And back then, everybody cooked me for like an anime. Like I was getting cooked. Like
Dragon Ball was huge back then.
But people like secretly liked it. You know what I'm saying? It was secretly like I'm open about it.
Yeah.
And like over time, things have just become more normalized. And now it's something that's cool. Mm-hmm. But when I was in high school, when you was, that shit wasn't cool, bro. Motherfucker like, you watch an anime, or y'all playing an anime game, what? And I'm like, then they go home and watch it. You know what I'm saying? But you got to cook me though. But that was just a lesson to learn, people identity, I'm just open about what I like. So it took probably the first couple years for me to really acclimate because I have like social anxiety. And so it took until I graduated high school and became an adult to figure out how to really deal with it. But in high school, a lot of people remember me being more quiet until you actually like talk to me because I didn't know how to interact.
Yeah.
There's a big group of people and I'm like, I deal with this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to talk to these people. So I only had the few people because I didn't try to reach out to get any more. Once I got locked in with my people, I felt like everybody else was like doing their own thing. I didn't fit in with any of the the groups of people that were in school. You know, you got the football player people over here. You went to Northeast, so our basketball team and baseball team don't exist. You know, we was rough down there. You know, just saying, you got to think about it. Like nobody talked about basketball. I mean, Boozy was a baller though. Boozy was a baller. He was him.
Martin was him.
We get it. But nobody talked about basketball. They talked about football. You know, that we knew we had some hoopers, and we didn't talk about baseball at all. There was no baseball. and I hate to say it, man, but we was, no offense to any of my people that was on the football team, but y'all know we was getting scrubbed out. Like for my
still enjoyable, homecoming, but we was getting
for my homecoming game, we played against Carthage. I'll never forget it, bro. Like mopped us. I'm talking about like 3/4 of straight domination. Crushed us. And then we scored one time. And at the end of the game, everybody, whoa, we're driving around, you know what I'm saying? Like,
crazy.
Yo, so then what was crazy, like the side that we were sitting on was kind of empty. Like the Northeast side, it was like 10 of us. The Carthage side came with a whole bus of people. Talk about brought their whole fan base. Had more people at our homecoming game than we did.
What you graduate, 05?
Uh-huh.
That's why it started dwindling down by then. Because when I was there, the football games was packed, but we wasn't cold or nothing. It was just like
love.
We would show up, you know what I'm saying?
Man. But high school was important because, like, I guess you could say core values. You know, you determine the person that you want to be, you know? And regardless of what adversity you deal with, it's like, all right, man, I'm not going to change the things that I like. You know, I was really going through like a fashion like disaster in high school. By the way, man, like my mom was
big on
like,
plaid shirts, right?
Bro, that's all I could fit, bro. All I could fit, bro. Man, we would be going shopping and we would have to wear Dickies and stuff. So I would buy like the Dickies button-ups and plaid shirts because that's all they got for fat people, bro.
But you were smaller than you.
Bro, I'm still fat. You still got to figure out, man. My mom had me in like K-Swiss and that wasn't cool, bro.
Oh yeah, not by the time you were up there.
I had New Balances, bro. New Balances are dope now. Well, in 2004, bro, I had the white Jones look like kids, bro. They look like nurse shoes, bro. I used to be getting cooked, bro.
Yeah, you was wearing the wrong one,
bro.
Like, man, we like New Balances.
My mom set me out, bro. So first, I'm a nerd and I like anime, and then I'm wearing K-Swiss and New Balance. And then I was just sloppy too. Like I was mad sloppy. My shoes dirty and shit. I was getting cooked, bro. And I was just like, man, I'm just gonna watch anime, man. Fuck it, it's cool. Wild, bro. High school, whack.
I see. Maybe the reason I didn't know it was like shunned upon is because I didn't know what anime was. I just knew Dragon Ball Z was a cartoon we all watched. We used to run home and watch it. And I didn't see nobody have a problem with that. But when you put that anime title on it, I could see that being the thing when we was in school. But you say it was trash, but you are who you are. So I don't get it when you say it was trash for you because you were proud in who you were.
High school gets glamorized, bro. When people talk about high school, you hear people talk about parties and all their friends and all these things. I didn't have any of that. I had like 4 friends, bro. I loved them friends to death. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like when we would have parties, it would be us. I didn't get any of the like, oh, let's go to a house. I didn't get invited to any of that stuff. So when you see all the cool things, like, bro, even when I started rapping, we didn't rap at school. Like I told people I rap at school and they didn't believe me. I started rapping in the church parking lot because those were the people that rap with me. Like, I'm telling you, bro, even my mom didn't believe me that I rap. I'm like, Mom, I'm a rapper. She's like, yeah, no, you're not. I'm like, look, I wrote this. This is like, yeah, all right, bro. So the only people that ever gave me an opportunity to do anything like that, like I had a couple of my homies that we were real cool and we did it together, but it was the church people, man. So I'll be in the parking lot. Imagine me, the person, you know, I'm rapping about God in the parking lot because I mean, that's what you're supposed to rap about in the church parking lot.
Yeah.
So it's just like a lot of those things that I see like that people talk about in high school. I didn't get that. But I appreciate like what high school did for me because like it just made you stand firm in what it is. You know what I'm saying? But when I look back, Mom, if you're watching this, man, you set me out, man. You set me out, man. I was like, I couldn't wait. When I first got money, the first thing I did was buy shoes. It's like, bro, I'm not about to get cooked no more buying shoes, man. That's it. I'm buying shoes and I was cleaning them hella. I was like, bro, I used to be wild. I didn't clean, but it wasn't all high school's fault. It was partly my fault too, because I was a slob. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like I was just not taking care of myself like I should have been taking care of myself. So that lets you get cooked even more. And then I didn't really get the snap back to like talk shit to people back until I was about 18 or 19. That's when I like kind of learned like, oh, when they're cooking you, you just got to cook them back. You know what I'm saying? If I would have learned that a little earlier, I probably would have had a lot more fun in high school.
So 4 years of getting cooked and you not snapping back, that means you internalizing a lot of shit.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I would say, remember I said, I don't think that I became myself till I was like 25. I was not confident in what I did, okay? Is I started acting like I was confident until I believed it. And that's what got the bravado. The bravado is what got me there. That's how I beat my social anxiety too. So I used to not really be able to react well when I'll be in the audience, crowd of people. You know, like I'm only cool around a few people. So what I started doing was I created it's gonna sound crazy, bro, but it's patented, don't steal it. I created an algorithm in my mind for how conversations go.
Okay.
And then, listen, have you ever been in a situation where someone's coming to talk to you, but you don't want to talk to them?
Yeah. Yeah.
So listen, I have a system. Ask me how I'm doing.
How you doing?
Another day, another dollar, maybe two if I'm lucky. What do you say back to that?
Nothing, because
You're going to give me a pound, right? And you're going to laugh because it sounds good, right?
It's, yeah. Because half of us, when we ask how you doing, we really don't
You don't want to know.
Yeah.
So this already cut the conversation off. There's no response. You don't got nothing you can say. So then I give you a pound and you going about your day. You're like, man, that's a cool dude, man. But the thing is crazy. It's extremely surface level. It's just, hey, another day, another dollar, maybe two if I'm lucky, bro.
It sound cool as fuck.
But they over there like,
that nigga got some game.
Hey, yo, he a cool nigga. He a cool nigga, right? Whole time I'm like, God damn, if you don't get the hell away from me, bro. So I had to develop these social skills. And one of the things that really helped me with that was I got this call center job, bro. I got a call center job. And I met this lady and she was just like, you could be the best salesman ever. All you got to do is just believe it.
Uh-huh.
And so I started being like the best salesman ever, bro. I was like cold. I was cold because I was on the phone. I don't got to worry about that. And so I just built this like person. And it is me, but it's the me that I envision myself being. And once I built that person, I started talking to girls. What's the worst thing I'm gonna say? No? You don't like fat niggas? Yo, this is cool. All right, then. And I would just be like shooting shots, whatever, bro. I was like making up for all the lost time. I wouldn't have no girl. I was outside. It's like just out there like, hey, man, what's up, man? You trying to go out? And it's like, skip the small talk. You into this or not? Bro, I messed up. I had so many girls out. I'd be like, people say yeah, and I didn't even text them back or nothing. I was just happy to be able to do it. So it just you just build this version of yourself, man, that you want to be. And eventually, if that person is who you envision, you'll become it. And that's what happened.
Yeah.
And I became me.
They say you tell yourself a lie enough, you'll start to believe in this stuff. And I'm not saying you lying about it.
I did. It was a lie, nigga. What you mean? 100% a lie. It was all a lie.
But you build yourself into the person you truly are now, though.
For sure. Absolutely.
Like a lie is just a lie. No matter, it's no fixing a lie. The lie is a lie.
You knew me then to now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know. Most people, I tell them I have social anxiety, they don't believe me. They're like, there's no way that you can have social anxiety. And I'm like, that's crazy. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. I could have it right now. Yeah. The difference is most people get crippled by it. You've ever crippling anxiety. That's the thing that people say. You get crippled by it, but I'm not going to allow something like anxiety to be the reason that I'm not going to do what I want to do. So you got to whoop that nigga's ass, man.
Whip him up.
You know what I'm saying? And once you beat it into submission, you'll be able to react. And if there's still adverse situations that I'm not able to just algorithm my way out, like if it's like 50 people, bro, if it's 50 people, you know what I'm saying? Like a big audience, bro, I'm a pumpkin. I'll be over there like, what's wrong with you, bro? I don't even know how to react, bro. There's way too many people for me to even try to conversate with all these people, bro. I'm gonna just chill over here. So then they'll be like, well, how do you do it at shows? I'm like, when you're at a show, the stage is separated. I'm in a different area. I'm in my own zone. Y'all are all out there. It's different. Then when I get off the stage, I ain't got to talk to all you motherfuckers. You're just giving people a pound. All right, bro. Good shit. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? But there's really no interaction. And then when you're at the merch table, it's one at a time. And that kind of changes the perspective. Then even when you go see a live show and you go see someone rap, I'm in my own zone. Everybody out there is in their own area because we're not here to talk to each other. We're here to watch this. I suffer when I'm in a big group of people and they all want to talk. I don't know how to talk to all y'all, bro. I'm cooked.
What do you think that is?
I just think that I think about it too much. I'm trying to make this person see me in the light that I want to be seen in. You know what I'm saying? And then what happens? It's too many. And now I'm overloaded. And now I don't give a fuck no more. I don't care what you think anymore. You know what? I'm just Gucci. You don't got to think nothing. I'm just going to go over here and I'm going to chill. And that all usually will come from, like just being like trying to beat your anxiety. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to fuck with me, I'll be over here. So, I don't know. It's just, man, I went to the Lincoln Gala last year and I was just sitting over in the corner. Everybody's all dancing. I'm just chilling. And I'm like, why are you chilling? I don't know what to do with all that, bro. I don't know none of these people. Uh-huh. If it's a group of my people that I know, like when it's my show, it's my fans. I know these people. So it's different. But when you're in a place and there are people that you don't identify with and you're trying to like make that connection and it's a group of people, I'm not the person that can just slide in unless it's like a public talking thing. And I'm on this side and they're on that side. Then it's different. But yeah, I don't know. It's just not in me. And I've gotten better because I used to not be able to react at all. But that's just my like effort to be able to handle it now. But man, I remember back initially, it'd even be a group of 5. And I'd just be like, man, I can't. So
have you ever got overloaded in a situation like that to where you said Absolutely. Or did something you didn't want to do or mean to do? That fire, by the way. That brim.
Oh yeah, I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Hey, look, man, I have been caught up like someone kind of caught on to how I communicate. Okay. If you're paying attention, I use a lot of the same words. So I was with this girl that I ended up talking to, and we were at this table, and she was just like, "I just watched you work the room." I'm like, "You did?" I'm like, "Yeah, you said the same thing to every single person in the whole room." I was like, "Yeah, that's because I didn't want to talk to him, but I was in the room and I kind of had to talk to him. It was where I partied." Mm-hmm. So I was making myself seem sociable. But she's like, "But you're not sociable." I'm like, but I am sociable, but I'm not. Which is why when you really think about what I told you earlier, who says in their mind that I know that I don't want to talk to this person immediately? Unless I know you already, I don't actually want to talk to you. That's just the thing. It's like, it's not no offense to you, but wow, I don't know you, man. So why am I trying to give you any more information? I don't care about how you are. And that's unfortunate, but it's the truth. When I say, how are you? And I ask you, how are you? That's because I fuck with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I don't hit you with my little idiom, that's because I fuck with you. I like you. Or I have a connection with you that we've already built. Yeah. Other than that, I don't want to know. I don't need to know. So I say just enough so that it seems like, you could be in a room and it's cool.
Like you, I suffered with social anxiety too. I wouldn't say I was a nerd or anything, because people fucked with me or whatever.
Yeah,
but
for sure. I
still had this thing where I didn't want to socialize with people like that. I was so I would observe things. So that's why It's important for me. I'm observing the yous. I'm observing this group of people, that group of people, the people you would call slower and all that, how people are interacting with them or whatever. So that's why I feel like it's important now that I got a little bit of a voice. Well, I got
not a little bit.
Big, let me speak right.
That's it, bro.
I got a voice, a big voice now to travel back in those times and see what's up. How important do you think it is for you to actually fix that problem, or do you see it as a problem?
I feel like I fix it to where it's enough that it's operable. You know, I can handle up to a certain extent, but I really don't know the base root of why I have any sort of anxiety. You know what I'm saying? It just was an initial thing. I just could feel it. You know, when I would be in big groups, you know, for example, okay, I went to see Killer Mike and when he was with Run the Jewels, right?
Run the Jewels, yeah.
And so it was me and my homeboy Matt, man. We're in there, and it was like the first show I had ever been to that was like sold out, like packed out, like it was nuts. And I thought I was having a heart attack. I'm on Google, like reading about heart attacks, like trying to understand the symptoms. But what I was having is called a panic attack because there were so many people in the room. And what happens, because I take up the whole city lane, so you get touched a lot. And it's like they're touching you in places that you just don't even usually get touched at. Like, why are you putting your hand in the middle of my back? Like, you know, that's just them because they're bumping into you. It's not a disrespect thing. But when you're in the mode and you're like, and then someone touches you in the small of your baby, you know, whoa, man, I don't even barely touch back there. Like, what you know? Like? So, my guy walks outside with me and he's just like, you can't be having a heart attack. And I'm like, bro, I'm having a heart attack. Like, it's a wrap. like, take me out the game, bro. We ate Taco Bell beforehand. Taco Bell's gonna kill me, bro. And he talks me down. And he's like, bro, you're having a panic attack. He's like, this is anxiety. He's like, you just need to let me talk you through it. And I'm like, you can't talk me through death, bro. I'm about to die. And so we're outside. It was the Midland. And he just talks me down. We go and have a good rest of the show. So I couldn't tell you what set me off that day. It was a totally normal day. And next thing you know, I'm in this mode where I'm like, and I'm in a different universe, bro. I felt like I was in a different place, man. I wasn't at the Killer Mike show. Yeah. And he talked me down. I went and have a good time. And that was like the most severe one I ever had. But that's when I realized, you know, like I had never put a word on what my issue was. I just knew that I had a problem. And once that happened for me is when I realized that I had anxiety. Forever, I just came up with different solutions to fix it. Yeah. Oh, well, I need to be able to do this. So let's circumvent some of this and move this, and then now I can do it. And that was just the first time I really was like, I have a problem. I've been dealing with it my own way all this time, but now I can admit that there is an issue. I never knew, man, until some concert when I thought I was gonna have a heart attack.
You think it may circle back to like the confidence you didn't have in yourself?
Absolutely.
And then you get to like, now that you have this false sense of confidence, and not to say it's all the way there now, but it's all the way false now, but it's still some may be in there. And when you have conversations with people, they may say something that make you snap in a way that you don't know if you have control. There may be a hawk in there that you may not want to get out.
So like what I knew, like when people give me feedback, it took me probably until I'd say 2 or 3 years ago for me to be able to take feedback well. What would happen is someone would tell me, let's just say I'm editing a video. You'll tell me you don't like the edit. I'm floored. I'm done. Like, you don't like it? How do you not like it? What's wrong with it? Yeah. Because that stemmed from not believing in myself. So then I'm sitting here, I'm cooked. I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to react because you don't like it. One person doesn't like it. And that's enough when they directly tell me they didn't like it for me to be like, yeah, nah, fuck this video. I'm done. You know, and there's a lot of examples of that happening in my life. But there was also a big period of time where people didn't give me any feedback. It was all good. Everything was great, which is wild, right? Mm-hmm. So for years of my life, I never had any bad feedback. So then when I started getting it, because Have you ever heard of day one friends and day two friends?
I heard of day one. I never heard of day two.
How many of the people that you, let's say, grew up with are you still cool with today?
Not a lot of them.
Those are your day ones. Your day two friends are the people you met in different phases of your life that are your friends now. So all my day one friends don't give me any bad feedback. They only tell me maybe what they want, what I want to hear. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. Then the people that I met later in my life, my day two friends, changed the perspective of how I got feedback because I never got any bad feedback. Bro, engineers be lying to me, bro. I'd be in the studio recording, engineer telling me it was great. It's trash. So for me, that let me realize that there was an issue from my past that I hadn't addressed. I have this, we'll call him a demon, you know. I have this inner demon of not believing in me. Mm-hmm. And the smallest thing of someone it's not even that it's not salvageable. It's just bad feedback brought out this side of me that I hadn't had. And I'm a natural defensive person. So I'm immediately jumping on this person like, well, that doesn't make sense because this, and all these different reasons, just because it brought out that demon in me that has been dormant because for all this time, I never had to deal with it.
I look at day one as in the sense of like, yeah, for me, there's not a day two. There's a day, everybody's day one by length. So I meet you today, and 3 years ago, you still the same person I met from day one. That's day one for me. Like, that's my day one. That's we've been holding it down since damn near day one. Day two, you need to be. I do need you to be that unbiased person on day one. Like, you ain't got to be that on day one, but I'm just saying that should be intertwined in our relationship, period, no matter who you are. Unfortunately, we don't get that. You know what I'm saying? Me and you personally, you probably would have been ready to fight me because I'm not one that's about to tell you something is fire to me and it's not. It's going to be constructive criticism, though.
Right, for sure.
Because like I told people before, I don't want to see you go on American Idol looking stupid because somebody told you could sing. You know what I'm saying? And that don't mean my opinion is right. I'm just telling you what I feel. But it'll be constructive, bro.
Absolutely.
And you got to be willing to hear that in order to move. And that's in not just art. The art of life, period. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's how we make ourselves masterpieces by being able to hear these things to be able to build us up. So
100%, bro.
Whatever wall that is, and I'm not saying you haven't tore it down, but if it's not tore down completely, you oughta, because you had the confidence.
Yeah, for sure.
You should have the confidence, and then you should be able to take that in. Like, that don't mean we right when we telling you.
It's very much now for me because you have acclimated to this new side of life, right? For me, anyway. Now it's more, I still get defensive, but instead of me being like, all right, man, I don't understand why you feel that way, I just go do it. But I got to complain a little bit because that's just part of me now at this point. Yeah. I got to cook you a little bit now. Oh, man, you tripping, but I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick because you probably right. I don't want to tell you that, but I'm going to go do that.
Do you ever be like, well, why do you think that?
The people that I'm really close to, they explain it to the point where I don't have to ask them why they think that.
Okay.
It's so clear and concise that because they know me and they know that I'm going to drill down on every single thing that they said in there and ask 5 questions about it. So they know that they need to go ahead and explain in a certain way. And now they do. Yeah. So I don't have, I don't have any, I don't have that issue because the people that I trust that are in my inner circle understand the way that I work.
Yeah.
But I've had this huge change of heart because now I'm at a point where I'm going, regardless of what anyone thinks. I can't stop. Yeah. If it's not perfect, it's okay. And I was so stuck on, I needed approval from every single person in the group. I need every single person to say that it's it. And that's why I just didn't have a large amount of stuff that would come out because I would just be stuck. You know, if I'll be one line away or one clip away. And if it wasn't that, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And now I have learned that this is a rant, but this is the truth. So last year I said that I was going to be selfish.
Okay.
And selfish has a negative connotation.
Yeah.
But me being selfish doesn't mean that I'm not going to help you if you called me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to prioritize the things that I need to do for myself because I have been putting me behind everyone else for a long time. I wanted to be the support. I'm still your support. I still got your back, but I have to make sure that I got my back. So I just sucked all those tendrils that I had out in everybody else's projects and put them back and focused it on me. And once I did that, I realized that I never committed to myself in my whole life. I'm 36. I never committed to anything. It was always just because I like to do it. But it was never a commitment. So once I decided that I was going to be selfish, I realized that I never have tried. I never gave 100%. I couldn't even tell you if I gave 100% last year, but I can tell you that it was the most that I ever done, right? Because when you say like, I know some people that have given 100%, and I was working hella hard, but it wasn't like, yo, 100% is like crazy. Like I know me, I don't know what type of work you do, but I know like some nurses that literally get off work and go to work.
Yeah.
Like sleep like 4 hours a day and like work. It wasn't that like 100%, but I put in an amount of effort in my projects and in believing in myself last year that brought out a side of me that I've never seen.
Yeah.
And the demons that I've had in the past kind of left because I feel like I put forth an effort into me that I had never done. And that just was like the most unbelievable reaction, you know, because the same people that I usually would go to feedback, I wasn't doing it. I wasn't asking them for feedback. It's not that I didn't care.
Yeah.
It's that I understand that I just have to do this, to build this. I have to go to be an unstoppable machine, to be the person that I envision myself being. I can't stop.
Yeah.
And it might not be the best now. And that's all right. And if you can't get with the rhythm, you got to stay where you at. You know what I'm saying? And once that energy catches your friend group, it becomes infectious. Once that fire ignites, the people around you start to, you know, they get the tingle in their finger, you know, like, man. And then like, I noticed a difference in you. And I'm like, what's the difference? What is it? I don't know. I can't tell what it is. Yeah. But I noticed a difference in you. And I'm like, oh, that's belief in what we're doing. And I turned it on, and I can't tell you how I did it. You know, It was just a thing that was a self-realization. You know, like, how long have you been doing what you've been doing? You know what I'm saying? How long have you made up? The universe doesn't obstruct us. We obstruct us. The path is open. Now, you might got to take the scenic route, okay? You might not have a direct path to get there. You might got to go the long way because sometimes we got to get hit on the head a few times before we get there. But once I realized that this was the path that I have to take, and my path is different from everyone else's path because it's my path, I just like, there was a switch, bro. And you see it. Like, I've never had the type of connection to what I'm doing that I have now.
Yeah.
The person that I want to be used to, like, I used to be like the person that I was in my music and in my content was a different person than the person that I am. And you're like seeing this connection of the person that I am becoming the person that I want to be. And then it's like all the things that I worked like my whole life, you know, I tell you I became confident, but it was false confidence because it wasn't there, but I just had to believe it until it became something. Then it's like, now it's not we don't say, I don't say, I hope, right? We say, we know, right? I'm not hoping for shit. I know that my time is coming if I stay on this path.
Yes, sir.
And selfish was the word. And a lot of people disagreed, and I'm just like, that's because you aren't prioritizing yourself. And maybe not to that extent, but maybe some people already are further on their path than I am. But that was what took me to the next level to help me to become the person that I envisioned, the person that I saw, the person that I projected.
Yeah.
And it's like all melding together to be him.
Yeah.
And I just look up and I'm like, damn, wow. But how I know that it's real is because other people tell me. And it's not even me talking. It's like literally I'm talking to people that know me forever.
You're not
and it's
even
like,
asking them.
I always saw this in you. And I'm like, you did? I don't know how you did when I didn't. But you know what? I'll rock with you for that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man.
You think the times where you were being unselfish is because it was a way of you hiding or a way of you running from who you needed to be and you were using them as a scapegoat?
So, okay, let me talk to you, man. When I first got behind my friend Matt was, I quit rapping because my album went wood. You know what I'm saying? It went wood, bro. I couldn't even get on an open mic. I quit rapping, bro. And he came back and told me that you can rap about anime and people like it. I didn't believe him. So I got on stage with him and it's the truth. I was the hype man. I was just his hype man, bro. I just wanted to see. Show me that you can do that. And he did. And so then I'm like, wow, you just rap about anime, huh? So I started rapping again. And he was the hot hand. So I just was like, well, let me support you. Because I didn't want to step to be the front man. I'm like, let me support you and I'll be the streets and you be the internet. Because I can deal with person-to-person interactions, but I can't deal with all that.
Yeah.
I'm not the guy.
Yeah.
Fast forward, I'm dealing with Amira Wayne. She's the hot hand. So I'm like, I'm going to give you all the resources that I have and support you. And when you get there, I'll be there too. And that was me not wanting to step into the purpose that I have because I can hide behind these people that I believe in. So familiar. I believe that you're going to do it. And I know since you're my nigga, when you do it, I'm in. Yes, you know what I'm saying? So then Amira, I'm like, oh my God. It's like, you're the one. And she's like, oh, you're captain, bro. I'm like, no, you're the one. I was like, what do you want me to do? How do you want me to help you? I figured it out again. I see how I'm gonna get here now. It's gonna be through you. I'm on. And it was just because I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to be the person. I didn't want to do it. So it's easier for me to use all these skills that I've amassed over these years to push other people.
Yeah.
And then what happened is when I have whatever my project is, I realized that energy wasn't reciprocated. And it's not, I don't think it was anything malicious. It's just that you grow accustomed to the phantom force behind you that's helping you. And you're so focused on the things that you're doing that sometimes it's easy to forget the people that are behind you that have been making things happen. And, we had a long talk and I just realized that like, I've just never been consistent. Never. Until last year when I decided I was going to be selfish. My whole life, I've never been consistent. Whatever it is that I was going to do, I do it, and then I disappear. And then I come back a year later, I do it again, and I leave again. Bro, I promise, like I would, rap is the perfect example. And even food reviews, if y'all believe this or not, before there was Facebook Reels, before I was doing food reviews in 2017, the Hood Dude food review started with gas station food. I would go buy new chips in the gas station and I would be on Facebook. You couldn't do a reel. I would just be posting like on my iPhone 4. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I got these new chips, man. This is crazy. And I stopped. I didn't believe in myself. I stopped. The person I was doing it with One of my closest friends, his name is Bunny, he just didn't want to do it anymore. Then I just said, well, guess it's not going to happen. Then 2020, my friend Corn, who designed my logo that you see now, he said, I don't know why you ever stopped. This is amazing. Look at the way the internet is changing. The internet is now about charisma. It used to be about time you spent on the internet, time you spent clicking and sharing and building relationships. He looks at me and says, it's about charisma. He was like, I know you don't want to do this because of this, but bro, if you get behind this camera and you do it, we're going all the way. So we changed the whole process and we took TikTok trends and we cooked them. And that's how we were doing it. We shot 5 episodes. Corn died due to COVID. May rest his soul, but it happened. Then his hard drive, he partitioned it in some crazy technical way. I don't know how he did it, but I couldn't get anything off there but the trailer and the logo. That's 2020, 2021, whatever. And I'm like, I'm done forever. I'm done again. And that made me and last year made me just realize, and it just, of course, everything happens in due time, but I'm sitting there and I'm like, I've never followed up. I've never had a true campaign.
Why do you feel that is, as far as like the follow up?
Bro, when you're being a creative and you put so much time into the product, we have a false sense of security that it's supposed to just be found.
True.
Artists and creatives think that because you're good, it should happen. I don't have to promote. I'm good. Unfortunately, you don't have to be good anymore. This isn't the golden era, you know what I'm saying? Like where you actually had to be like a skillful person. It doesn't matter about any of that. When it was the blog era, it was about who you knew. Now in the content era of whatever you're doing, whether it's you're a rapper, whether it's you're a food person, whether you're a clothes person, it's about the quality of your content and the consistency of your content. So during that era, creatives are still just making something and giving it to the world. And then you start making the next thing because we look at the model of what was working, what used to be. You know, one of my favorite rappers is Ludacris. You remember the Ludacris era?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Ludacris was a once a year dude. He would drop a project, like 3 videos, and then he would maybe go on tour and he'll announce the next album in the back of the book. And he'd leave for a while. Then he'd come back. And for some reason, I guess we almost think we're Ludacris or something because we can make a project and then some people don't even put a video out. And then just be like, all right, I'm going to do a show. Hope you're going to come. And then not even promote the show.
True.
And I think it's a mindset thing. Creatives, rappers, people that make things and do things. How many like businesses have you seen open of people that can cook and close real quick because there isn't any marketing? You know, maybe we depend on word of mouth. Maybe there's just this thing that's in all of us that says people should like this, right? But that doesn't mean anything, you know? And it's just like we have, yet again, that false sense of security that it's going to happen. And then sometimes people believe too much. That's crazy. I know that sounds crazy when I just talked about all these years of not believing in myself, but maybe the problem is we got too much belief.
That was my next question, actually, is everything you just stated of what we expected and what reality really is. How does that really correlate with you and your personality? Because it sounds like you already had it figured out a long time ago, but you never applied it to when you really needed it. You know what I'm saying?
So listen. Amira is one of the people that really broke it down for me. She sat me down and she said, do you know why this works? Why you've had this success? And I'm like, nah. She was like, because this is exactly what you told me to do. She was like, you've been telling me the same information since 2020. before this wave, before that wave, before all these things changes, you've been telling me the same thing that you're doing, and you didn't do it. Part of it for me was I didn't have that self-confidence as much as I thought I did. The me in me believed in me, but not the me that was making what I was making. There's still multiple entities that are residing in my body. You know, I believe in me now, but I didn't believe in the person that I created. So then after I merged these consciousnesses or these personas and it just became me, then I'm like, I looked and I was like, I dropped the project February of 2023. I didn't do anything. He looked at me and said, you did? I didn't do anything. I just dropped it. And then I made like a reel for every song, like one reel for every song. And I just posted them right after I put it out. That was it for the whole year.
Never followed up on it, never
did
pushed it,
anything.
Never fought for it.
Nothing. And then I'm like, damn, I guess they wasn't fucking with it. yo, right? So then like, you find out, the thing that I realize is that there is people watching when you don't think there's people watching. So my 50 views, right? I'm like, this is a fail in my mind. It's a fail, right? But those 50 views are 50 real people.
Yeah. And
I learned because I did a show and I did one of the songs off the project from last year. And the dude walks up to me that I never met. And he said, I wish you would have done Mary Tyler Moore Flow. It's not the song I did that night. The project that nobody listened to in my mind. He's like, that's my favorite song you've ever done. And I looked at him and I'm like, you like that? I was like, you like that? I was like, let me get back on stage, you know. But that was like perspective because to me, nobody heard that shit, right? It's my fault, mind you. It's my fault. One of my really close friends, his name's Joy Origami. Amazing. I told him I dropped the project last year. He's a fan. He follows me. He says, you did? And so then somebody was trying to defend me and he looked at me, he said, why are you defending this nigga? He was like, that's his job and he didn't do it.
That's true.
Right? I didn't do my job.
Yeah.
This is the job that I want to do for the rest of my life, right? Whether it's whatever it is. I don't care whether you're anything that you want to do. If you did it and didn't do anything after you did it, you did not do your job. You will get fired.
Quick and easy.
If you could get fired from it, you would have gotten fired. Like anybody that you work for, you did one thing and that's all you did for the whole year, you ain't keeping your job, bro. You're cooked after the first week of not doing nothing, a day of not doing nothing. You're cooked. You're telling me you didn't report to work. How many no-call, no-shows does it take before you get fired from a job?
Usually,
you feel me?
About one.
I no-call, no-showed the whole year on my job.
Yeah. What I always say is when I drop some knowledge, I try to drop some knowledge on everybody. So my knowledge to you is don't look at social media like social media. Look at it at reality media. Because a lot of the times it's not about the social aspect of how many people are actually being social with you. It's the fact that your reality and what you're creating it to be and you're sharing it. Like Nick always stated, it's not your gift for you. It's your gift for the world.
Cook.
So just want to drop that down real
quick. I love
quick.
that, bro. Okay. I love that.
Big, you understand that like, have you ever worked out before?
Bro, I just started working out 10 days ago. Every day for the past 10 days. It's the 11th day.
Do you like when you do something, you feel a little stronger?
Man, bro, because I'm so out of shape, I feel like shit. Yeah. But I can walk more every day. You can walk more. My fucking legs be feeling like linguine, my boy. I'm like, but I've noticed that, yes, because it used to take me 20 minutes to walk the one lap. Yeah. I did it in 14. You know what I'm saying? So yes.
It was also something you didn't want to do and something you was probably uncomfortable with doing.
Bro. Hate it. Hate it.
But you find your most power, your biggest strength, the power the power you're supposed to display and uncomfortableness.
That's it, bro.
Comfortableness, there's nothing there.
So the story behind me working out is I had another moment of self-realization last Sunday. I have committed so much discipline to my creative process and being an artist, right? But all that time and all that discipline, I never put any of that towards my personal life. I was like, as an influencer, if food is what I'm going to do, if you look at the history of these food influencers, they usually get fat. Mm-hmm. I'm already fat. Only a couple places I can go, my boy. So I was like, what if I put that same level of commitment into my personal life, which means how I'm eating and working out and my work-life balance? What if I did that? What would happen? After 1 year of putting this discipline into this side of me, I'm a different person the next year. My aura has changed. I got the orange glow like my boy out The Last Dragon, you feel me? I was like, what would happen if I did it the same way with my personal discipline? And people been seeing me, they come walk with me. If I want to come walk with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, your fat ass working out? Like, let me get my life together.
Power.
And I just see, like, I've had multiple people that walk with me, like, what are you about to do? Oh, well, I'm about to go hit the track. Got to get my 2 miles. And next thing you know, it's like they pulling up. And I'm like, yeah, maybe they needed that too. But I tell them all the same thing, and that's what makes them want to walk. And I say, if I could have this discipline, where will I be next year? What would I look like? And it's not about the weight loss. It's about the care of who we are and the care of how we want to take care of ourselves. And it's been uplifting, man. It's been crazy.
Yeah. Back to what he said about your gift not being for you, it's for other people. Now you got to understand your gravity. People can work out, but it's more motivating seeing you do it because we know through you there's more on the other side. So we need you to get there so you can lead us there. You know what I'm saying?
It's really just like deja vu, you know what I'm saying? Because last week I was on the phone and someone told me the exact same thing. And a little bit different verbiage, but the words that they used were like, you can't see the people that you're impacting by the actions that you're doing. It's like you have ignited a fire in people that you don't even know that you have ignited a fire in them because of the actions that you're displaying. She's like, you talk about being consistent and then you go be consistent. And that makes the people that are surrounding you go, I'm fucking up. And it's like, well, I'm like, you're not fucking up. And it's like, I am. Because then we talk about that job, right? I'm not the only person that would have got fired from that job last year. So when I tell you that it makes my heart warm, I just feel like a energy. And it's not that your goal is to do that. I'm being selfish. You know what I'm saying? I'm just taking care of me. But when you have a connection with so many people that you didn't even know, that you were this to them, you were this, you were a constant. Mm-hmm. And they see that constant that's in their life trying to progress and become the best version of themselves. That allows them to pick that up too. Yeah. And, just seeing that it just made me really change the way that I present these things. I usually keep things bottled up, and it's not because I want to be bottled up. It's because I sound crazy as fuck. The things that I say in my mind to myself are insane. Yeah. And once I started saying them out loud, people say it back. Like I call myself an unstoppable machine all the time. And they're like, what? And I'm like, bro, that's what we have to be. There can be no obstruction. Nothing can get in our way. We have to roll over every single thing, every roadblock, nothing can stop us. And the only thing that ever has stopped me was me. I'll be beating my ass, bro.
and you see the most powerful you has been, the most effective you has been uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate you coming through.
My dog.
We need you to leave us marked out and pray us out.
I got you. The biggest thing that I'll tell anybody that's watching, bro, is don't look at someone else for your path. Don't look at how many followers or how many streams or how many plays or how many tickets or whatever, how much this person is sold, whatever the case may be. Don't look at them and compare them to you, because their path is different from your path. And they may not have some of the things that you may have. Everybody has to go their own route. There isn't a path that we can write that is the exact same for anybody. Everyone has their own journey. And you have to go through the scenic route or maybe whatever route it is to learn that. Don't let anyone else's success affect the impact on your success and the impact of you being who you are. Once you realize the power of self, you can do anything, man.
All
right. Lord, I thank you for another day. Lord, I thank you for an opportunity to be with people who care and people that want to edify your name, Lord. God, I pray that the powers and the gifts that you've given us allow us to touch people, to let them know the impact of God. Lord, thank you for everything you've done for us and you continue to do for us, Lord. Amen.
Amen. Way up. The goal is to leave a lasting imprint on their minds and their hearts. We pray you've been indelibly marked.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
My boy, man. Thank you for having me, bro.